Bundesliga club Mainz have terminated Anwar El-Ghazi's contract over his pro-Palestinian comments that he made online. On October 16th, El-Ghazi wrote a post on Instagram that accused Israel of committing genocide in Gaza in wake of Hamas's killing of 1,400 soldiers and civilians in Israel on October 7th. The last line read, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free." El-Ghazi deleted the post soon after. According to legal experts, "from the river to the sea" is a sentence that can potentially be open to criminal prosecution in Germany as an approval of crime or hate speech. The American Jewish Committee defines the phrase as anti-Semitic, as it can be interpreted as a call for the elimination of the Jewish state. On Wednesday, the English FA, which has no remit over El-Ghazi, said it would consult the police over any further players using the phrase in reference to the conflict in Israel and Gaza. Mine are particularly sensitive to anti-Semitism because one of their founders, Eugene Salomon, was a German Jew who was murdered by the Nazis in Auschwitz. Now, I personally want to clarify that I do not think saying "from the river to the sea" is an inherently anti-Semitic statement. I do think that there are some people that say it in a way that can be interpreted that way, as for the destruction of the Israeli state on the whole in the mass unaliving of Jewish people within Israel. However, I think there's a significantly more benign way of saying it, which just means that they want Palestinians to be free from the Israeli occupation, and preferably with a single state solution that is secular, democratic, and allows the coexistence of Jewish people and Arabs. And this very much seems what El-Ghazi meant by it. He wants a peaceful and integrated Middle Eastern region, and he stands for the peace and humanity of all. Now, I personally think this is a horrible injustice to El-Ghazi. I do not think that he really did anything wrong here. For one, he didn't celebrate the Hamas attacks on October 7th or anything like that. His Instagram post was on October 16th, which is when the Israelis had already started their counteroffensive in Gaza, and by that point, many Palestinian civilians were actually genuine victims and deserved our sympathy. And to claim that he is somehow supporting Hamas because of this statement is wildly unfair, and it is not okay. Not to mention, this is a horrible freedom of speech violation, and just because you're a professional athlete, I don't think that means you should be barred from having freedom of speech. Even so-called bad opinions should be allowed, at least to some degree. And at the end of the day, I do not think Anwar El-Ghazi is an anti-Semite, nor do I think he supports Hamas in any way whatsoever. But the Bundesliga and Mainz are in the wrong here. I personally hope there is some sort of actions done to maybe provide some sort of justice for Anwar El-Ghazi, and hopefully another team will be able to pick him up, because this is really unfair to him, and we need to show our solidarity with people that are victims of this kind of cancellation just for speech.